quickly these tabs across the top and briefly what they allow you to do. So here's our home page again, and you can see all this wonderful information. But then groups. Now what groups are is different areas of the church you can be involved with. For example, John Doe is with the church group and with missions, because everybody loves missions. So here we see events. There's nothing coming up in the near future within this missions group, but if there was, say there was a mission trip or anything like that, then you could see right here a list of the upcoming events within the missions group. So for example, let's go back to our entire church group, and you can see upcoming events. We have a summer series, so this tutorials done in the summertime, youth church, and things like that are immediately available for the entire church group because everyone's in their group. John Doe's in this group, so you can see different features. If you would like to become more involved with something else, for example, let's say you want to be involved with the women's ministry, you start typing in women to see what here's our One Heart Women's Ministry, and you're not currently a member, but you can simply request to join. So that's how you ask to be a part of a group. Other people or group leaders may have already added you into a group, and you may be receiving information. And again, if we go up to our settings, communication settings, that can dictate how our involvement with the group is. And also, groups tie very specifically into your calendar. So the great thing about the calendar is you have a My Calendar and a church-wide calendar. You'll notice they're extremely different for John Doe. So this is basically what all the church is able to see. So for example, we had a worship night, and here's all these different things that we have going on church-wide that everyone should have access to. So think of this as almost a public calendar. But then also a very cool feature is your My Calendar, and these are the groups that you're involved with. For example, we have the Czech trip. So this was the entire church group was being notified that there was a Czech mission trip and things like that. So this is pulling from all the groups you're involved with and where they come from. And then this is more of a public calendar that's available. So that's basically how the calendar works and things like that. Over next, we have messages. So all the groups that you are involved with, you can see the different messages that have been sent out. So we have intermission, we have mission trip planning for youth changes, Rangers games. So we have entire church group, and then we also have missions that is all in this area. So you can briefly basically have a synopsis of everything that you're involved with as far as the messages all in one location. And again, you can get more specific with your church-wide messages that went out to the, in this case, entire church group, or your messages is your interaction. So John Doe has not sent messages to a specific group, so he doesn't have any messages. Up next, we have people. And in this area, basically you can find anyone that you would like to connect with. So let's say John Doe wants to connect with Jane Doe. So he can quickly find her, he can find family information. And one of the cool things about Church Community Builder is that you can actually add this person to your friends list so that you have quick access to. So John is wanting to add Jane to his friends list. And down here you see that John now has a friend. Her name is Jane. It's also his wife. So great feature if you want to look up some people. Again, in the previous tutorials we looked at communication and privacy settings, and if some people, you can choose to be listed or unlisted. If you're listed, then that means someone can search and find you. So by default you are listed, and then you have the opportunity to go in and change. And the last area that I would like to really quickly look at is a cool feature, and that's the online giving feature that you can set up. So if you remember from your profile, we talked about being able to generate your giving pledge. Well, also we have an availability to set up online giving, and you can do this with a checking account or a bank or credit card, so a debit or credit card. And you can do this as a one-time gift, So let's say that you want to use your credit card, get some points. Then you can type in how much you want to give. So let's say you want to do $100 to, and then you can have a couple of different options, and there will probably be a growing number of options as Fountain Gate grows and as we learn our system better. So let's say you want to give a tithe of $100. It already has pre-filled out some of your information as far as your address, and then all you simply have to do is type in your credit card information and then click submit, and it will securely send a donation to Fountain Gate using your credit or debit card. You can do the same with your checking account, exact same setup. This time it asks for routing and account numbers and verification, and then you just have to authorize that Fountain Gate Fellowship can debit your credit account. So, and then lastly, you can also set up repeating gifts. If you're like me, you forget sometimes to bring your checkbook to church and you don't carry much cash on hand, and you want to make sure that you're being a good steward with your money and giving a tithe successfully. So you can set up a repeating gift. Let's say you want to draft it out of your checking account every month, and you can again fill out that information, and then monthly you will be drafted by Fountain Gate, and you are securely and easily giving online consistently. So that is basically your overview of your tabs, and that covers most basic access of Church Community Builder and what we are trying to do. Again, there will be increase as we increase in our understanding of using the system. There will also be an increase in availabilities for everyone to connect with each other and connect with the church.